tour has been great. We've been now on the road for 1 week, and it's beyond our expectations, I would say. Like there's after the COVID, it used to be like some of the bands do the European tour this year, then they maybe go to America or make an album, and there was kind of like a 1 year work, 1 year off, and different territories. But the COVID kind of messed up everything because there was 2 years basically full break for everybody. So now everybody's humping on the road at the same time, and that messes up everything pretty much. On the other hand, it's great to be back on the tour, but bands have to make some really good, something more to the table, because there might be like 4 metal bands in the same city at the same time. So it's kind of like a complex situation. On the other hand, luckily we have a hell of a lot of good bands to tour with, and I think that's why we built the package now with co-headlining tour with Elevate, and we surprisingly got Dark Tranquillity with us. It's gonna be very successful and nice tour for us, and it's been a true pleasure to play in Europe since a long time, like a club shows. Last time we were on European tour, I would say maybe before COVID with Dimmu Borgir. We did February 2019. I can't remember, 20 or 19 when the COVID came. COVID-19. So it was February 19 we did with Dimmu Borgir. One short European tour. That's the last time we did the club shows or venue kind of shows in Europe. We did a couple of festivals this summer, but not so many. And now we do 30 shows in Europe, and basically we had 3-year break or two-year break, more than 2 years. But the biggest problem, in the whole scene, is that a lot of the technical stuff, drum techs, guitar techs, sound engineers, they lost also all the jobs. So it's pretty complicated that they all had to make a living still, but there was no shows. So a lot of people disappeared from the field. Many sound engineers went to took a real job from the theater. Obviously, you can't tour when you are working 5 to 7 days a week or 6 days a week. And some people educated themselves to a new profession because it was such a shock. But musicians, don't know that many who really abandoned music, because it's kind of a passion, and it's kind of like the thing you want to do. It's been your dream since you were a child. It's not that simple to just go I'm not in it. But I know a couple of cases, of course, like that too. That people hump out from the music business, but it wasn't even an option for us. We've been doing this for 30 years, and just working next to the band is more like just making some living and waiting for the shows. Yeah, we have everybody has some project bands, and there was even a couple of ones created inside the COVID period, of course, but nothing like enormous, but yeah, I have one gothic super group coming, with a lot of friends from all around Europe, and you will hear about it very soon. We are now starting to record an album pretty soon. And the guys have been releasing some project bands and stuff like that. But mainly, personally, I was just lying home or going to the bar for 2 years and waiting the pandemic to stop, because it was basically pretty boring times, But of course, there was opportunities to work more with music, but there was no actual goal, no shows, nothing, nobody knew how it will go. Of course, we were waiting all the time to get this shit over with, but finally it's over, and let's hope it stays like that. Yeah, it's always difficult to go over the territory, like a different territory. It's always, everything's more expensive, and you have to get visas, and you have to get overseas flights and stuff. I really don't know how bad it will go. Will bands still be able to do the shows in the US market from Europe? But I would take a wild guess that then the band just need to build, the promoters need to build better packages, like there's more bands and more like same size bands and some variety in the music way. I think the fans are still there and they're already willing to pay maybe a little bit more for the ticket if there's more bands and like more famous bands. But to be honest, I really don't know. But I certainly hope that that all the bands can still tour globally, you know, go to Japan, Australia, America, but time will tell, you know. Yeah, I know the competition, what you're talking about. Maybe in the 90s there was some problems with the older bands from the late 80s, early 90s, and then they were like giving you all the shit and no sound checks, so cut the set and stuff. But not anymore, you know. We have all the bands are like friends already, and we toured with Network Security and Dark Tranquillity already in the past, and with the AMORPHIS tours, we never had that kind of like trying to beat the other one or give some bad backstages or stuff. We like to think that touring is so hard already. Why to make it even harder? Just being a bully. So it's like a big family, and there hasn't been a single problem with anything, you know. And the timetables stay, and the backstages are for everyone, and everything's like very smooth. And we even try to drive one after each other if something happens to the. Actually, we broke down a trailer once when we went to Spain. It would have been a disaster if the other bus is like 200 kilometers away. So because they were just behind us, so we could move the shit to their bus, and you know. And so everything's sharing and caring, and I don't see any problems in this tour. And there's never any problems. Everybody knows each other, and if you get a bad reputation in this business, pretty many people will know it already, like in a couple of weeks. You know, it's bad business, and it's not cool. At the moment, we have the, I think, best atmosphere ever. Of course, I little bit mirror it to the era where the ex-bass player Niklas left, and then there was some bad vibes in the band because he wanted us to make really hardcore decisions about the manager and about the record deals and shit. But before, it's always like, you know, when you live with the guys in a tour and you are really passionate about something, there might be some minor changes that somebody's unhappy and stuff. But we normally, I came to the band '98, and we've pretty much. It's gone better all the time, and we are very good friends, and there's no like egos. There's no egos or divas, you know, which always makes it very difficult to handle. And so we respect each other pretty well, you know. And everybody has their own space, and we can joke about anything, even nobody gets angry, or you know, nobody starts to. Next step is to tour. Hopefully we can go to Japan. We just, it came official that we're going to do the 70,000 tons of metal for the 4th time in Caribbean. Like it's kind of like a metal cruise for 5,000 people or something. And this time we're going to go to the Bahamas. It's kind of like a holiday and show time, you know, 50-50, yeah, 2 days off, 2 days shows. A lot of partying and a lot of friends. There's 60 bands or something, and almost everybody knows everybody. And then we have some Finnish tour after this, and we have quite a bunch of festivals already booked for the next summer. And I hope we're going to do the second European tour pretty much after 1 year. Because there's a lot of countries at the moment which we are excluding from this tour. Otherwise, it would be too long, and so we're gonna do another one in next year, and at some point, hopefully, go to Japan. There's still some restrictions in Asia, and would be nice maybe to at least consider the second US leg with some like a co-headlining tour with somebody, if it's possible. Yes, we'll be touring. No new AMORPHIS albums, no composing the songs, just touring, I hope.